You change your shirt? Wait, is that a Pizza Planet shirt?
This is a Pizza Planet shirt.
What?
Yes, this is a Pizza Planet shirt, but
Where'd
watch
you get
this.
that from?
It's true, though. It's true. And
I agree with you.
Huh?
I agree with you.
Exactly. It's not. Wait, did you agree with me?
Hey. Breeze past it. Nothing happened.
Very well.
How many people do you know can survive a huge hammer being bashed on their head?
Bugs Bunny.
So
Don't
you
boo me, I'm right.
What in the Rick Boo is this? I have literal powers.
Screw you guys,
I'm going home.
You playing the piano pops me every time. That gets me every time.
Yo, what is going on? This is Unbounded. Welcome again to the show. I'm your host as always, Mr. Drew Teller, and happy Mac and Cheese Day. I'm back at my boy Isaac.
What's up?
Mac and cheese is the most important meal of Thanksgiving. Screw us.
I'd agree. I mean, yeah. I mean, some people say it's the turkey, but you know, some people say it's the ham, which is weird. How you have two like prime meats there, because turkey and ham are like right there, you know.
Right.
So, I'd say gravy is probably the most important condiment. Easily.
Nice.
Gravy. Like nothing else.
I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
Wrestling was kind of weird this week, dog. I'll tell you
Wrestling's always weird, bro. Wrestling is weird in general.
So I know you don't watch Raw and everything, which is cool. But it was interesting. It had its good moments, had some really not so good moments, some weird moments, and then a moment that I didn't see coming.
Did it have a moment of bliss?
No moments of blissing.
Where is she anyway?
She took some time off.
That's good. Good for her.
Pretty sure that's not supposed to be there, and I feel like that's not such. But she's been a workhorse for the company for years now, so yeah. I support her taking that time off, getting herself
also
special Larry Steve and everything like that. So I know.
Yeah, that didn't help. Prayers to Jessica Davin. She's a big wrestling fan on Twitter. She seems to be well liked by the independent wrestling community. She had a surgery recently. I think it was like one of her kidneys, something like that. I can't
remember, but yeah, something.
She had to have a major surgery, and apparently her recent video said her digestive system shut down, and she's been in a lot of pain recently. So just keep your prayers up for her.
Definitely, prayers up to Jessie. I've never seen her and do anything wrong. Seems like a very kind-hearted person, so prayers up to her.
Yeah. So, also, I finished Mox's book.
How was it?
Good. Very good. Very good book. If you have a descriptive imagination, it's literally he writes like he talks. You know? Which is why I understand why some people want an audiobook, but like I'm saying, if you really think, just pick if you don't have a descriptive enough brain, if you will, you know what I mean? Like, because when I'm reading the book, I'm not reading it in my head. I'm reading it like Mox is literally speaking. You know,
which I think it makes it that much better if you were to have an audiobook.
yeah,
Because usually they do have like Daniel Bryan's book, Brian Danielson.
right.
Well, he was Daniel Bryan at the time. He was actually partially reading his book, and it made it that much better. So you say that kind of makes me believe that if he were to have the audiobook,
Yeah, I get that, but I'm saying like
then it'd be that much more interesting.
I guess
Which
what I'm
I mean,
saying is we need to open our minds. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of like we need to like, you know, utilize like the imaginative side. I know not everybody is imaginative or have a creative mind, but like if you're reading a book, the way, especially with this book in particular, you gotta read it like he's speaking. You know what I mean? Which is pretty much what a book. I know it's pretty much. I probably just defined a book, but like, it's like it's literally like he wrote it down, typed it while he was speaking it. You know, like every word. You know, well, granted, it's an autobiography, but like,
well, my thing is because I know I'm always on the run.
right? No, that's fair. That's fair, and I know you can't stop to read, but like, you know,
that's why audiobooks are so clutch to me.
That's fair. That's fair. You got me there. You got me there.
Still, I
Still,
was doing while I was lifting, when I was doing Lyft or when I was doing DoorDash, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Clutch.
The point is, the book is good. Very good book.
I'll check it out. So the first instance, Seth Rollins was scheduled for a match against Finn Balor. The match didn't happen due to the fact that Seth Rollins just destroyed Finn Balor. While Seth Rollins is walking back up the ramp, here comes a little guy who, well, I don't know how old he was, but he was
24.
Oh, he's 24? But I can tell you now he had a very low center of gravity. Came around in the ramp and speared Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins had him in a little chokehold, but he got off and the referees got him, and Seth Rollins was chewing him out and everything like that.
Becky almost came out there too.
Yeah, I saw Becky out there. All I know is the fans were about to destroy Chavo on the internet.
Oh, why did he say that?
I don't know, but he manned up and basically said, yeah, that wasn't the right way to go about that.
Like, and that was not even.
The best thing he said, the best thing about it in his second statement about it, he was like, this should have never happened.
No, he's right.
Where was security?
He's right, but still, like,
yeah.
I mean, tell me you don't know how to read a room without telling me you don't know how to read a room.
Oh yeah, he doesn't know how to read a room. Clearly. So
also, apparently, his designer, Seth Rollins' designer, I don't know if you saw that video, the other dude who got dragged out. Apparently, that was Seth Rollins' designer, and that dude was trying to go after him.
I think he was trying to go after the dude that went after Seth Rollins.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, because I saw Stephanie Heights was saying something about it.
Yeah, it's like there was another dude. He was walking up steps.
Yeah,
and like they were like dragging him up the steps because he was trying to go, while the other dude was being carried the other way.
But and, like, he was able to stay.
Yeah, that dude was not, but he was not having it though. That dude
was really unhappy. I'm pretty sure they have a pretty good relationship with Becky and Seth, and because I think I knew that they had a black designer because they were doing some pictures before Rue was born, and that person that did the that styled their outfits was black.
Nice.
So I remember that much. So it may have been the same person.
Well, it was. Did he have like dreads or whatever? He had like his dreads up in a ponytail or whatever.
Yeah, I just don't know if I don't remember a link to the person who did their stuff when they was taking the maternity pics.
Yeah, well, whoever he was, that dude was trying to get at. That dude was trying to get at the dude.
Oh, yeah, I'm not mad at it. I don't blame him.
Yeah. Also, remember that show Jonathan Gresham was trying to put on in January, Terminus? Mm-hmm. The first person has been announced for it already, and it was Bandito, which was surprising. It's very surprising, but I'm curious to see how the rest of it goes.
You said this is Gresham that's putting this on?
Jonathan Gresham, yes, Terminus.
I wonder if he can put on this. I would love to see Hit Row and SCP at it.
I don't know. I mean, it depends on the show. So
yeah.
Apparently, Aaron Rodgers caught quote unquote COVID toe, but that was a lie.
I think it's a COVID toe.
All right, so apparently it's not a COVID toe; it's a fracture.
Okay.
Hang on, let me find it. Because he said he was apparently
Is he still going to play though?
Aaron Rodgers now has. All right, I know this is. Let me make sure I get it right. He has a fractured toe. Yeah, it's fractured.
Oh,
I don't know where the term.
That was probably some troll.
No, This is. I don't know, man. I don't know why I brought that up. I'm sorry. I derailed the whole podcast. Let's continue.
So the explanation was given by the individual saying that basically he was catfished.
Right.
So I think I brought it up on one of the heat checks where I had where there was a Nia Jax catfish that was trying to get me to buy them some gift cards or something like that.
Yeah,
so he got caught in that genjutsu. So at that moment, I realized, and now I thought about actually showing the video of his explanation, but I was like, I don't think I want to exploit somebody who I feel like has some mental issues. But lucky for me, I have found another video where this person I really don't believe has any mental issues. And this happened to happen off air during after the show Dark Match, where he was going at it with Montez.
All right, let's see what we got.
Let's see what this is all about.
Well, the video didn't show, but I heard
the video was just shown.
I'll break your motherfucking head off, nigga.
So basically, the video is being stupid, but you heard the beginning of it. That was him.
Yeah.
So that's the whole premise of what that whole thing is, where this person is basically trying to come at Montez. At one point, Montez and MVP were looking at him. You saw in the beginning of that video, you had Big E and Montez. Yeah. So it must have been going on well before what we saw in the video. And I'll tag you in as well. What is up with New York? What's up with Brooklyn, bro? Before you say that, you got to remember this is the same building where Bret Hart was attacked.
Yeah, it's Brooklyn. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say. Like, it's Brooklyn. That crowd is weird. You know,
very weird.
You know, it's just. I mean, I don't have anything for you there. I really don't. I wish I did, but I don't. I don't know why Brooklyn is the way it is. I do know this. I know Billy Dixon said he's not going back to Brooklyn.
Hey man, is from the area too? That's crazy.
Yeah, but to avoid stuff like this, you know, better security.
Or just don't go to Brooklyn.
Yeah, just don't go to Brooklyn. Like, pretty sure there are plenty of other venues that can house Monday Night Raw without that happening.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, AEW did it in a tennis court. So, I mean, I don't mean to, you know what I mean. I said what I said.
Yeah. No pushback from here. So I began to listen to Ric Flair's podcast.
Okay, how is it? Is it very self-indulging? I feel like, I mean, I like Ric Flair, but I feel like,
not really. He did a lot of putting other people over. So he has a co-host, Mark Madden.
Okay.
And so basically they were going through everything. The first person he put on was Kenny Omega. So he basically said that he knew a lot about him. He was a fan of him and everything. And then he went to Mexico and did the thing with Andrade. And at that moment, he became even a bigger fan of him. He basically said there are two flagship people, well, 2.5. One man and 2 women that he named as their flagship wrestlers in WWE. I'm pretty sure you can guess who or 2 of them are. Who's the man? Who's the flagship male?
On Raw?
No, just in WWE general.
Oh, Roman.
And then who's the first woman he named?
Charlotte?
Yes.
Oh.
So he said also Sasha. So that was one thing he said. He made a very interesting statement that I never thought I would hear. And is very interesting, especially since he's no longer in WWE. And I'll talk about the other situation with that. He basically said that Vince McMahon is not holding anybody back. He says, if you feel like you're better than somebody, all you have to do is go into Vince McMahon's office and say, hey, look, I want the opportunity to prove that I'm better than this person, better than so-and-so. So that was that was a very interesting perspective that I've never heard. And I've listened to a lot of perspectives of people who've worked with Vince, i.e. Jim Cornette, who has been that close with Vince McMahon to where he's been in his house in creative meetings and things like that. So it was quite interesting to hear a perspective like that. What's your thoughts with that?
To hear that from, mind you, you got to think about who Flair was. And, well, at the time, he was the guy, he came into the company as the world champion of another company, And then, his first night there, in 92, he won a belt again. He won the Royal Rumble in 1992 and became champion again. He did all these things. He's had this long, historic career, and most of it was driven by him at the time being the guy. So to hear that from him saying, well, if you think you're better than somebody, you got to tell them. I'm saying that's easy to say for you because I imagine Flair had a lot of pull back in the day. You know what I mean? He could, if he wanted to work with somebody, he could work with them. If he wanted to, say, here, I want to program with this guy, or I want to hold main event and I want to go to this venue, or I need some time off. He could do that, And so to hear him say this is not odd, but it is kind of it's kind of short-sighted, You're kind of speaking from you're speaking from the perspective of a guy who's been on top, because not everybody can say that. Right. Not imagine Johnny Gargano going up to Vince and saying, hey, I think I'm better than Roman Reigns. I want to prove it. Vince is going to look at Johnny like he's crazy.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? Or even Ciampa. Not even Johnny. Ciampa. Pete Dunne. Any of those guys say, I could out-wrestle Seth Rollins, or any one of the big guys out there, I can out-wrestle them or out-sports entertain them. However you want to do that, are you? Vince is going to look at them like he's not going to give them that opportunity, Triple H might, but
I think it also comes down to what is he looking for.
Exactly.
Because Johnny Gargano, he's going to provide you great matches. We've seen it. We've talked about it. We've praised it. But when it comes down to it, what else is he providing that Vince looks for? And I think
Are you asking, or are you just saying in general?
No, it's rhetorical.
Yeah.
So I guess it all comes down to the intangibles as well.
Because at the time, what was Flair? Flair, he had the looks, he had the robes, he had the wrestling ability, he had literally everything for that time being to be the man, to be the star, to be a star in that time period.
Right.
Now and like I said, even when he got in the company, he was already a star because he was with NWA and WCW and all that time, even before he got to WWE. Right. And he already had pull around there, so to speak.
So he was already a made man before walking in.
That's what I'm saying. So to hear him say, just going to
he was the man when he walked through.
Exactly. So saying, to say it's as easy as going in Vince's office, like, yeah, that's easy coming from somebody who was already made.
And that's why I used the word perspective when I began talking about it, because I know it's not really. I don't know if anybody's going to really have the right answer unless Vince McMahon is giving it, and then sometimes you still got to question that.
Right.
But the other thing that really this is the one that really made me want to listen to it. So he's talked about, we all know he's not in WWE now, and I don't think he's ever going to go back from what I'm about to read to you.
Okay.
One and done. So this is what he said. One and done. I very openly, I text Vince and said, no worries, but you're not going to bring me back. Not the way they want me by any means. I could never work for Nick Khan in my entire life. Vince McMahon I could work for. But Nick Khan, who is a guy that orchestrated to take me out of the show, I got my facts together, orchestrated taking the woo off. Never in a million years. Big difference between Tony Khan and Nick Khan. Tony Khan respects me. He has, as does Vince. Nick Khan does not. I talk to Vince now. I got no problems with Vince. He just knows I won't come back. So then, asked by co-host Mark Madden if he thinks he'll eventually. This is basically him saying that whether he was going to come back. Then also said this: absolutely never. I'm 72. I could be dead tomorrow. The last thing I want is for them to make a package on me ever, Flair stated. I'll leave all of that to Tony Khan. Let me just tell you something else that should not shock the world. When I saw that they took me off the opening and all of that, for whatever reason, who knows, I call it a lack of respect. We're going to get to that. Hold on. But some people said to me, Rick, how do you feel about that? I said, well, after them asking me to assign my intellectual property to them while I was on life support, nothing that company does surprises me. Before we dive in more, Madden said, it's interesting that Flair doesn't tie those things to Vince, to which Flair replied that Vince had nothing to do with it. He had nothing to do with it, which made very clear to me, yeah, he's the boss, but you have to look at WWE. It's not just a wrestling company. They're Disney. They do everything. They make movies. He's got so much to oversee because he's so hands-on. He still can't totally watch over everything, and that proves my point, what I've been saying for the last 3 months, that people are blaming Vince for everything that's going on, and we don't even know what he's doing.
First of all, when you say, what do you mean when you say people? Because I was about to say, you didn't say we.
To whom it may concern.
Because I say, you said, I was waiting for you to say we, because I was going to say I was going to say you're speaking in French again. So
that's why I chose my words right.
Or I was going to counter it by saying we. What do you mean we? Nintendo we? But you didn't say that.
I chose my words right this time. You got me last time.
I did. But yeah, like I said,
I don't know if I told you, but because we've always heard of how Vince doesn't take days off, right?
Right. Which is
so it kind of brought that question up to me when I saw him at the Dave Chappelle show. He was at the Dave Chappelle stand-up, and I was like, Vince at a comedy show? How does he have time to do this when everything else is going on in WWE? And then I was like, maybe he's not doing as much as he used to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't blame Vince. Well, you know that.
Right.
You know who I really blame. I don't even blame Nick Khan. I just blame that whole system as a general and everybody involved.
The system is
yes.
And a lot of it has to do with and don't get me wrong. I don't go back and keep using that CM Punk thing. But there were some things that he said that were right in it.
Yeah.
But that's corporate America.
Yeah. No.
Look at Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Do you think he can show us everything that goes on in Amazon?
I do not.
So what's to say that this man isn't in the same boat as Jeff Bezos? Clearly he's not making as much money. We know that much.
Yeah.
But they have a lot going on that they already have to do. So yes, you're going to have people that's in these places where they're going to make the decisions, and Vince trusted them to make the decisions. He's not going to make himself, but that's why you have a Nick Khan, because Vince knows that. Look, like Flair said, I could be dead tomorrow. So that's why he has people, and yeah, they make some dumb decisions. I mean, Lauren Knight, as we already know, I'm not going to talk about him. We're not going to talk about Kevin Dunn or anything like that. But back to Flair.
Oh, speaking of Kevin Dunn, Mox put in his book, fuck. Kevin
I saw that.
Yeah.
And I agree. He basically is, from what I read, it seems like he doesn't know why WWE took the woo off the intro.
I didn't even notice that, even when I watched the Survivor Series. But I could see what he was saying about the lack of respect thing, because that dude gave a lot for this industry, for the industry.
Well, when you think about it, what he was saying, and he's blaming this on Nick Khan, it makes sense because I don't think Nick's really a wrestling fan.
He's not. That's what I'm saying. That's what.
So it adds, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the thing is, we rag on Tony Khan a lot for
being a dork.
Yeah, he's a dork. He's a dork. I'm sorry. We saw him at the show. We saw he was doing.
Talking about that. But this man was literally walking out of the tunnel, jumping up and down.
Yes, at certain points in the show, even before the main event, he would come up there and I was like,
what are you doing?
I was half that way, but I was half like, see, this is a guy who loves his job way too much, and I can't fault it. And I envy him for that. I envy him because he has a job, where he's probably living his dream.
Oh yeah, I mean,
aside from being rich, I bet if he could do what he's doing just for AEW, if he was making like regular money but doing what he was doing for AEW right now, which would probably still be making a lot of money. I feel like he'd be happy.
I think it shows because you think about everything that's going on over the last few years.
Yes.
We talked about how the Jaguars fans hate him.
Yeah, of course. Because the Jaguars are trying.
FC hates him.
Here's the thing. You can't blame, first of all, let me say something about the Jaguars, all right? You can't blame the owner. Well, you can, but you can't. Put it this way, I don't blame Jerry Jones for what happened on Sunday.
I blame Jerry Jones for what happened on Sunday.
Okay, no, I don't even blame him for that.
Well,
I don't.
Okay, well,
because at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, it all comes down to the performance on the field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Agreed.
It all comes down to that. Jerry drafted the players. He gave them their contracts and all that. But at the end of the day, they get paid to do the job, which is go out there and play their position on the field. And in the Jaguars' case, in the last couple of years, they haven't done that. They haven't gone out there and done the job to the best of their ability. And I can't blame Tony for that. Tony doesn't have to get up in pads and do that.
Oh, no. But I think he's only there because of the fact that his dad owns the team. So I don't believe that Tony is interested in those organizations.
I don't think so.
Now, when you bring it to wrestling, Tony Khan is basically every single hardcore wrestling fan on the internet.
Yes.
If any other person would sit in Tony Khan's position right now that's on the internet right now, they'd be doing the same thing.
Exactly.
So that's what I look at.
I mean, I would.
He's a dork, but
would.
you can tell that he loves what he's doing.
Like seriously,
I can appreciate that.
Like I would come out there,
I
would come out there and pump up the crowd too at certain parts in the show when I think it's getting a little bit dead.
I mean, I don't know, and we weren't even getting dead.
Well, not dead, but I mean, like to get him when like at the top of the hour, like before the show starts, I'll get him pumped, like he did, and then like
maybe
before the 9 o'clock hour,
energy, because we were pretty lively.
We were, but I'm saying like before the 9 o'clock hour, get him pumped, and then like you said, he came out right before the main event, and you see what I'm saying?
Right, and we were a really good crowd, and so
we were a good crowd.
I think maybe he was feeling it back there because when we went to Charlotte, we never saw him come out during the show like that. Yeah. He came out and hyped up Dark and whatnot.
Yeah,
but he never came out during like a commercial break.
During Dynamite. Yeah.
We didn't see any of the pastors' footsteps and nothing of that sort. Hey, I did not say I was going to stop clowning the man.
That was weird. Because
hey, if you would have done it, I would have pulled out a B3 on him.
No, it's
but
I'm laughing because I remember years ago my mom was preaching and she started doing that. And I think about having weed.
Boy, I tell you.
It's like when I saw that video, I said, yo, I've seen people do that, and it's hilarious. It's funny, man. Oh, my God.
But, yeah, it's just that's the main difference there, that Nick Khan is in this to continue to build the business that just happens to be wrestling / sports entertainment, and Tony Khan is a wrestling fan doing wrestling business.
Right.
And I've been saying that for a while now, that WWE is a business about wrestling, while these other companies around you are a wrestling business.
Right. Which I
mean, it is what it is. And if you just enjoy what you enjoy.
I just at this point, I'm finding it really hard to enjoy.
Understood.
The business. I'm finding it really, especially with my God, this year. I can't find a solid 15 matches.
Oh, I got my 15.
I
have TV to go back on too.
But most of them are matches that are involved in wrestling business, not a business about wrestling.
No, I mean, but I have TV matches that I can use, and I know you.
Well, yeah, so do I. But I'm saying, like, most of them are like I was really thinking, like, have there really been any WWE matches I actually liked? This year.
Yeah, you got to remember our tastes are different as well. So yeah,
exactly. Definitely gonna have some death matches in there because.
Oh, I'm not gonna have any death matches in mine.
Well,
so
I mean, like they're pretty good.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, Nick Gage is on to something. He says so you can tell a story. Even Mock said it in his book. You can tell a story through a death match.
Yeah, Billy said it too.
Yeah, you can tell a good story through a death match. And one of the death matches that I liked was like a really good story. Like what else I watching? That Invitational tournament, the Nick Gage Invitational. Like there were two women who entered it, and I'm like, I'm kind of pulling for the women here. And one of them made it to the second round. I'm thinking, and in that match, I'm thinking, yo, and there are multiple times in the match where I'm thinking, yo, she might pull this off. She might do it. And she didn't, but still, the fact that you had me on the hook for it was like, oh, well, very well done. Well done, deathmatch wrestling. Or as some people will call it, well done, garbage wrestling.
All right, that's all the wrestling.
It's not garbage wrestling, though.
All right, so let's get into some NFL.
All right, first, the Hall of Fame. So they announced the Hall of Fame recently. Semifinalists. The semifinalists are as follows: Eric Allen, Jared Allen, played for the Vikings, Willie Anderson, Rondé Barber, Tony Baselli, Leroy Butler, Eddie George,
nice,
Torrey Holt, Sam Mills, Richard Seymour, Steve Tasker, Fred Taylor, Zach Thomas,
wow.
Hines Ward, Ricky
Okay.
Waters, Reggie Wayne, Patrick Willis, Darren Woodson, and Bryant Young.
I think I definitely think Pat Willis gets in.
I think so too.
Torrey Holt definitely.
Reggie Wayne should get in. Darren Woodson.
I think they're gonna hold back 1 year on Reggie.
Darren Woodson. I hope he gets in.
Yeah.
Hines Ward too. I think
Definitely.
I see Torrey Holt, Eddie George, Rondé, Jared, maybe Steve Tasker.
I think Fred Taylor's gonna have to wait about 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. Hines Ward's getting in this year.
Yeah.
Ricky Waters is getting in. Patrick Willis should get in. I'm not.
Yeah. I mean, nightmare for me, but yeah, definitely.
Darren Woodson's getting in. Darren Woodson's getting in. Rondé Barber's probably getting in.
Seeky's in, right?
I'm not sure. Here, I got you. I don't think he's in though. I know he's been out a while, but I don't think he's in.
Yeah, because he retired before Rondé.
Yeah.
So he's eligible. No, he's not.
Yeah, I just found him. He's not in.
He's definitely in the Academic All-America Hall of Fame.
Oh, by the way, more news. Everson, prayers for Everson Griffin. After 14 hours, he left his home. He was barricaded in his home. He left his home after 14 hours. He's receiving proper care.
Yeah, definitely prayers up to him.
Here's an Aaron Rodgers story. So apparently, he has a fractured pinky toe, not COVID toe, and he put his bare foot up on camera to clear up the issue since he returned from 10-day quarantine. During his weekly appearance on the Pat McAfee show on Tuesday, he joked that he had COVID toe, a possible symptom of the fact that he tested positive for COVID on November 3rd. The Wall Street Journal took those comments as fact. So once again, it's the media being weird. And he suffered it from a home workout while preparing to return in the game against the Seahawks. But yeah, it's just the media being
so
weird.
he's gonna be good then.
Yeah, he's gonna be fun.
Where's this thing at? What?
How's Indy? How are your Hoosiers doing?
I haven't even looked yet. I'll basically look into that in like a few weeks later. But shout out to Norfolk State
for being trash. I'm sorry.
The basketball team's not trash, sir. We got beat by Xavier.
Well, it's Xavier.
We're gonna lose to Xavier. But
you didn't lose to Alabama.
We won the other games.
You didn't lose to Alabama, so I mean.
Yeah, roll tide D's, but but
I mean, no, really,
roll tide D's.
Seriously.
But did you see the score for our game against Regent? 95-20.
Yeah. So, what? How?
I don't know.
The math isn't math. I heard somebody say the math isn't mathing. Like I don't. How?
I don't know. I kind of wish I was there for the game though. The Rams settled on their lawsuit for $790 million with St. Louis. So
how do you not score at least 50 points in a basket? like for like that.
No, you're gonna really be mad about that, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm not even mad.
That is really bothering you.
I'm confused. I'm very confused. Okay,
I'll give you 40. At least 40. But 20?
Yeah, like 20. Who? What?
It's all right. My middle school team, the girls won their game 40-something-4.
How?
I don't know. I was told that the only 4 points they scored was on free throws. I was told free throws win ball games, so I guess that's a lie.
No, I know, but I know you're right, but how do you only score 4 points in the game? There's 4 quarters and 8 minutes, I guess.
I guess it's 2 10-minute halves for the girls, middle school.
How do you not score 4 points? How do you only score 4 points in 20 minutes? That doesn't make any sense.
Maybe there was a lid on the goal on the net. I don't know. You ready to get to this week 11 recap?
So confused.
Let's look at some of the games before we get to our teams that were interesting. The Patriots shut out the Falcons.
Well, the Falcons. I mean,
well, here's the issue though. 3 quarterbacks played for the Falcons. All 3 of them threw a pick. Matt Ryan threw 2. Josh Rosen threw 1. And Felipe Franks threw 1 pass.
He went to Florida. He was the dude they got from Florida.
Was he? He must have been Kyle Trask's backup.
Yeah, they were exchanging Felipe Franks and Kyle Trask.
Okay.
Oh, MJF, a Dynamite's on. MJF is coming out, so
yeah,
let's hear what MJF. I feel like he's not going to say anything in response to what he did last week.
Oh no,
like he's going to get in there, he's going to get up there, and he's not going to say anything and turn his back on him.
Oh yeah, because that's what Punk did.
Yeah, which was awesome, by the way. I almost cried, like for real. I was the dude. Yeah. I almost cried because I didn't expect him to be there. I figured he was going to be there, but you know,
what is going on with the Bills?
The Bills are weird. Are they?
They are. They have not beat a legitimate team this year.
Oh no, he's actually talking.
They haven't beat a legitimate team this year.
He's actually talking.
Josh Allen was a MVP candidate, and out of the 2 out of 3 games, he's looked like a backup. The Vikings won with a last-second field goal.
Oh, so Raiders. The games tomorrow: Raiders, Cowboys. Bears, Lions, and then Saints, Bills.
Yep, we'll go get those in a second. But I do need a statement because this is one of the things I headlined the show with.
The Bengals are 6-4.
I'm not surprised at that, actually.
I know, but still, that's still weird.
Well, it's just like, what, 2011 all over again?
Yeah.
But I truly believe that is time to go into full rebuild mode now with Seattle. And what that means is that we may have to let Pete go, trade Russ, and probably trade Bobby. It pains me to say that because I've enjoyed the run from 2012 until 2019. 2020 was a year where I don't know how we made the playoffs, but we did. This year, Russ looked pretty good for the first few weeks, and then he got injured and has come back and has looked like what's the dude that we had that was Magoo, Andy Magoo, whatever his name was, that was playing during the preseason, and it hasn't been pretty at all. It was moments. It was they were talking to Tyler Lockett, and he made a really good point that they were showing one thing in the tapes, and then they would show a different look, and nobody's adjusting to the different looks that they're seeing. So there's a lot of miscommunication going on with the organization and trying to get things done, and we're losing games, and we're not looking good doing it.
Which is the worst way to lose games.
Right. They just
at least with us, when we lose games, like the games we've lost this year, like we've lost 3 games this year. The only game we looked really bad losing was the Broncos game.
Yeah.
Defensively in the Chiefs game, our defense was playing its heart out.
Yeah.
You know, the Patriots game, the Bucs game. You're playing Tom Brady. I mean, you can only do so much. We did everything.
Yeah, y'all look great playing that game.
Like, for real. Like,
y'all look great.
Like, you know, there was about We did as much as we could do.
No, we're so unentertaining that we had a Monday night game in week 13. We don't have that now. They flexed their game back to 425.
Who y'all playing?
The Niners.
Oh, wait, what game did they put in place of it?
Let me go back to it. The Bills and Patriots.
That definitely does sound way entertaining.
So there's that. I mean, we don't look entertaining at all. Russ is looking like he's starting to actually hit that point of digression.
I mean,
regression. My fault. Regression.
You're experiencing like kind of, well, say for injuries, but after a while with Romo, like after a while, we knew it was like, yeah,
I
might be
it sucks to see that.
Was injuries and the picks. He was throwing a lot of picks in clutch times when we didn't need him to throw picks.
Well, he didn't throw any picks this week, but he hasn't thrown a touchdown since the Rams game where he got injured. And I think he threw one touchdown a game. Since that touchdown, he's thrown a pick in that game that he got injured in, and has thrown 2 picks since. And then we have the football team on Monday.
Oh, wow.
What? What did he say?
He said he had no idea MJF stood for my jealous fan.
So we have the football team Monday, and I'm not too sure if we have a good chance of winning that game either, because that defense is starting to come into his own. And after seeing how we allowed a career backup like Colt McCoy to throw for over 300 yards and 2 tutties, I don't think that we're going to have a good time stopping what's his name? Heineke.
Oh, Heineke. Oh, man. Y'all got your work cut out for you.
So
do we.
I don't trust. I don't know what to think about this game this week. So we'll probably end up losing that one, losing week 13. We'll win week 14. I hope. Week 15, we're definitely lose. Week 16, we'll probably lose that one too, depending on if Justin Fields plays. Week 17, we got the Lions, and I have a feeling that we could be one of those teams that could give the Lions their first win and close out with the Cardinals. So there's a possibility that we could go 3-14 this year. And that does nothing for us because we don't have a first-round pick.
Oh, my God.
Congratulations to New York Jets. You got a top 10 pick with the Seahawks. So you know who won that? Who won that? That trade between us and the Jets. What did Punk say? What did he say?
He said he's. Oh my gosh.
What was
he said? Oh my God.
He said, "Oh my God."
No, give me a minute. Give me a second.
All right.
He said he was telling Punk, "You think what you do is revolutionary, when in reality you're just a less famous Miz."
He name dropped Miz?
He name dropped the Miz.
Yo, they're getting bold. Last week, WrestleMania. This week, the Miz?
They're chanting. The crowd is chanting Miz.
Yo, the Miz is over in AEW already. That's crazy.
Oh my God.
And MJF said that to him?
No, Punk said that to MJF. I almost called him Miz.
Well, everybody's been saying for the longest that he does look like a younger Miz.
But yeah, Punk said that to MJF, that you're just a less famous Miz. Like, Jesus.
And yeah, I see it now. And Miz is about to be trending on Twitter.
Easily.
Because that's all I'm seeing on my timeline is Miz. I mean, he's not wrong. And isn't Miz and Punk like cool? I think I read that somewhere. But let's go ahead and get to week 12.
Let's do it.
So tomorrow we open up Thanksgiving with the typical 12:30 game of the Lions are hosting, but they played the Bears this year. I think they played them last year again as well, or 2 years ago, and it was not a entertaining game, and I don't expect anything different from this one. I showed you the information about the starting quarterback now for the Lions. Did you watch the video? The Lions starting quarterback.
No, I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This promo it's.
This is what we all wanted. And I'm definitely gonna, because they're gonna show the whole thing, and I'm gonna watch it all over again and just eat my popcorn.
I know, but like my ADHD is just I gotta hang on. PG Punk? Is that the best you can do?
What did he say?
He said he called him PG Punk. I said PG Punk.
Who's PG Punk? That must be.
Oh my gosh! He said Miz. MJF said like you're not. You're just. He's like you're not the old CM Punk of old. You're PG Punk. In fact, you might as well just come out here and just start chanting hustle, loyalty, and respect. They are shooting.
Bruh, what is up with all the WWE? Oh, Emi's about to have a fit.
Oh my god.
Emi's about to have a fit. So much WWE. Oh, he's doing the... Oh my gosh, I just saw that you can't see me. Oh my gosh. What in the world, bruh? Oh my gosh. Is this still going on your side?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Has Miz started trending yet? Thanksgiving is trending number 1 right now. Number 2 is Dinner Butter. Number 3 is Ahmad Arbor, which we'll get to in a second. And then CM Punk is number 4. AEW is down at 8. So we got John Cena versus The Miz on AEW, basically.
This is so good.
Oh my gosh. Were they chanting John Cena as well?
I don't know. They weren't. This is so good.
Oh, they coming out hot today, boy. But this is what happens when you got 2 of the best promos in the business. And I think I said this is the feud that I've wanted since CM Punk came back. Let me see if I can do something real quick. Oh my gosh. CNC drama. I could sit down and watch these 2 talk for an hour.
This show started at 8. It's 8:15.
Oh, they look. I have no problems with a good 15, 20 minute promo as long as 2 guys that can keep your interest for 15, 20 minutes. And to be honest with you, I'd rather see them talk longer than watching Punk go against QT.
Same.
Which is supposed to be the match that's happening. Which I'm happy they start. I'm watching now. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. 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 Ooh, he hitting hard. the King of Kings. And you know it. Woo! This is great. Oh gosh. I'm gonna edit this out once I do some editing back.
We apologize to those watching live. Wrestling is on, and it's at wrestling at its best.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If you're watching live and we're silent, we're multitasking.
Well, not multitasking.
Well, I am. Trying to. Failing miserably. Oh, wow.
What? Huh? Woo, boy. You gotta watch AEW, Tony's. Punk and MJF going in.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Ooh. Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh.
Look at
This is spicy, boy.
this is
spicy.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Oh. You hear what he just said?
What did he say?
He said, I'm going to wait till he's over. He said, unbelievable.
This is unbelievable. Amazing.
This is great. Wow.
Woo!
Oh my gosh.
This is amazing.
Yo, they were shooting.
You can say that on TV?
Well, they're on TNT.
Wow. How do you stop that?
You can't.
I'm never talking about the show. I'm talking about for them two.
Danielson, I know this. Danielson and Colt Cabana better have a barn burner, which I think they will. Jesus.
That's not, nope, nothing stopping that.
No.
I don't care.
You mean like in wrestling for the rest of the year or on the show? Or both?
Yes.
Very well. No, he said the reason I couldn't get it out because he was still going. He said, you're so, because you know how they're saying they're the four pillars of AEW, Sammy Guevara, MJF, Darby Allin, and Jungle Boy. He said, you're so concerned with being one of the four pillars, you haven't realized that you've been replaced by Britt Baker. Whew. And the whole crowd started chanting DMD. Man, they were shooting. Oh boy. Anyway,
this guy,
week 12.
Tony, hold on. Tony Khan, don't rush this, dog.
No,
we can let this John simmer.
Yes, take it to that December show or Revolution.
I said Revolution, bro. Make us pay for it.
Yes.
Do not put this on free television. This is not free for television. Free TV.
Just give me however many weeks between now and Revolution. Give me like build matches and just promo offs.
Okay. We don't even have to have them talking back and forth like this every week.
Yes.
Give them like like they've been doing MJF. Have them do some matches and lay off a few shots here and there.
Yeah. Then have Punk do the same thing.
This is not free television, dog.
No, this can't be for free television. If it is, I'm gonna take it, but I'm gonna feel some type of way.
Yeah, I'm gonna feel like I stole money.
Yes, because that was money.
And I don't like that.
That was money.
But boy, whew. All right.
Hey, hang on. That was money.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that was. Shout out to Crime Time.
Rest in peace.
To Shad.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, speaking of which, Homicide's going in the Indie Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Huh?
Homicide. One half of LAX. He's going in the.
Congrats.
Yeah. Big ups to him. Anyway, week 12. Man, that was freaking good. That's definitely that may have topped my moment of the year, which was Hangman Page. The entrance of Hangman Page that we saw.
Yeah,
it topped that. It topped that.
QC in the back waiting for his music. Got the picture of Batista sitting in the chair.
Like,
yeah, QC, I'm sorry, you're not going to follow that one.
No, shame. Also, if any Miz shouldn't be offended by that. If anything, you should be like, wow. Like, Anyway. Go ahead. Week 12.
That might be the best opening I've seen.
That might be promo of the year.
That is the best opening I've seen since the opening of the Raw at the Mania 35.
I'd say this year alone, that was better than the opening. I'm bullshitting. I was about to say
it's 33. My fault.
I was about to bullshit and say like that was better than the opening of Danielson and Omega earlier this year, but I'd be lying. I said it wasn't. No,
this is better. Yeah. But this is the best opening segment I've seen on a wrestling show.
Opening segment Raw, this year, yes. Opening segment
since the Raw at the Mania in 33.
I haven't seen a better opening segment.
The 33 the Raw at the Mania.
I have yet to see one. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen one, but I can't remember.
I mean, I've seen some really great ones. And boy, hey, AEW. I gotta give you on that one, dog. I got to give it to you. All right, so let's look into it. We got Bears, Lions, and I was going to tell you about the backup quarterback.
Give me the Lions there because the Bears are trash.
Wait until you hear the quarterback that's starting. This is not Jared Goff. This is what was his name? Because he started last week too. Let me go to the Lions game and tell you who the quarterback is. Because he played against the Browns, didn't throw a touchdown, threw 2 interceptions. His name is Tim Boyle.
Did he win?
No, but this is college stats. Okay, in his first year,
this is funny.
He threw 0 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions the next season. The next year, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. His last year, he played at an FCS school, which is
What
a
school did
division
he
lower.
originally go to anyway?
Pull it up. I sent the video to you, which is hilarious. He went to Kentucky. So he originally went to the University of Kentucky. No, my fault. He went to UConn. So he played with Josh.
It's UConn.
So he played with Josh. He was there from 13 to 15. So they came in together, actually. It was just kind of interesting. And then his last 2 seasons were at Eastern Kentucky, which his last season he threw 11 touchdowns and 13 interceptions, which leads you to a grand total of 334 completions out of 602 attempts, which is a 55.5%. 3,371 yards, 5.6 yards per attempt. Longest pass was 50 yards, and that was in Eastern Kentucky. Grand total of 12 touchdowns, 26 interceptions.
I feel like QT Marshall's kind of gone for business, gone in it for himself here because it's looking really bad. Not bad, but he's like it's weird. He's being weird.
It looks like he's trying to pull a Shawn Michaels at SummerSlam.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Because he'll do the body slams, and then he'll like pop right back up, kind of thing. You know?
Yeah.
And I was like, and Punk's looking at him like, "What are you doing?" Like, you know. So it's just really weird. Yeah, I'm going with the Bears. Why?
I'm going with the Bears here.
Is Justin Fields playing?
Or
is it
I
Andy
haven't
Dalton?
heard. I mean, either way, I don't see them losing to the Lions here.
I just want the Lions to like win a game.
Okay, they'll beat us.
Because I don't think I've ever seen them win a game on Thanksgiving. Like I'm literally trying to remember and I can't remember. The crowd is quiet for QT.
According to Ian Rappaport, this was 2 days ago. Sources say Bears quarterback Andy Dalton is expected to start Thursday.
Okay.
So Justin Fields is dealing with the rib injury. So it looks like that we're going to be seeing Andy Dalton.
Okay.
Which either way, I still feel like the Bears have the better chance of winning this game. Unless the only way the Lions are going to win this game is if they can run all over at defense, which I don't see happening.
Well.
On to the 4:00 game. You got the Raiders playing against the Cowboys.
I'm taking the Cowboys. I feel like the Raiders are falling apart.
I think the Cowboys are going to have a field day just to take out their frustrations over what happened on last Sunday. We saw it the last time they had a really bad game. They came back the next week, and the Falcons wish they never came to play, or that they come to play. I don't know. They haven't been playing the last few weeks. What is it? They scored 3 points against y'all, right?
Who, the
Falcons?
Yeah, that's it.
So the last 2 games they have an average of 1.5 points.
Who, the Raiders?
No, the Falcons.
Oh yeah,
they've averaged 1.5 points the last 2 weeks.
CM Punk has a Run the Jewels type shirt. It's called Run the Mic.
Maybe he's an RCJ fan.
I dig it.
Bill Saints. This is interesting because Saints are playing on a holiday, which is usually never a good thing. You remember happened last time the Saints played on a holiday.
It didn't work out for them.
No, they went off. Alvin Kamara had like 6 touchdowns.
That's a good shirt.
So
I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna go Saints here. I think Kamara's gonna have another career game, and the Bills aren't looking too good right now. Just not playing good against good teams. Josh Allen looks like he's taking a step backwards compared to where he was at last year. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Saints here.
Even Diggs is taking a step back because last year you had people basically saying that he was the best receiver in the league. I'm not seeing that right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm going with the Saints. With the Saints here, I feel
Okay.
like they're definitely more complete. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
definitely. Moving on to Sunday. We got the Buccaneers Colts.
Give me the Colts.
Whew, this is gonna be interesting. I would say this: the key to winning this game for the Colts is Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, exactly.
He's been he's been showing my. I've been saying it the whole time. The Colts want to win. Jonathan Taylor is going to be the guy that takes it to the win. I don't think the Colts are going to win this game though. I'm going to go Bill. I'm going to go Bucks. Eagles, Giants.
Giants
The
because I hate the Eagles.
the Eagles have seemed to find their stride since they started running the ball. I'm going Eagles. Jaguars, Falcons.
Jags. I'm going with the Jags.
I'm going Falcons here. I think Matt Ryan will wake up from his sleep. Jets, Texans. We got a tank bowl on our hands.
I'm taking the Jets.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jets here. I don't even know who was their starting quarterback this week.
Wait, the Jets? I think Zach
Yeah.
Wilson is supposed to be it.
Is he back?
Apparently, I saw it somewhere on ESPN that he's back.
Because I know Flacco and I want to say Mike White are both now. Oh, okay, cool. So Zach Wilson is going to start because I know that Joe Flacco and Mike White are out with COVID. Someone was like, Jamison Crowder is officially starting a quarterback.
Dang, bro, that shirt is hard to find.
So yeah, that's good.
Trying to find that double-sided shirt, the one that had that black shirt we saw, the one
Yeah.
that had "Best in the World" on the back. I can't find it.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jets here.
Yeah, me too.
Panthers, Dolphins.
Panthers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Panthers here.
Cam is going to look for retribution.
Yeah. Steelers, Bengals. This is a very weird division.
Go ahead, the Bengals.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bengals here. Titans, Patriots. Titans kind of had a bad game last week, and the Patriots seem to be hitting stride.
They seem to be feasting on everything.
Oh yeah. If it's not going to be Jamar Chase, I think it's going to be Mac Jones who wins Rookie of the Year this year. So those are my two picks. Is either Chase or Mac Jones. I got Patriots.
Yeah, I'm taking the Patriots too. Where is this freaking
Chargers, Broncos. I'm gonna go Broncos. I'm gonna go actually Chargers. I'm gonna go Chargers.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers there too.
Rams, Packers.
Rams. I'll take
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rams here. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna go Rams. 49ers, Vikings, two teams that are looking to keep their playoff hopes intact. I'm gonna say 49ers win this one. I still think three of our teams are going to.
Niners.
I think three of the other three teams that have a chance to make the playoffs this year are going to make the playoffs for our division. And then Sunday night we have the Browns and the Ravens.
Ravens.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ravens if Lamar is playing. Yes, definitely. And then Monday we have the Seahawks and the football team. I'm going football team.
Yeah, Taylor Heineke is he's different.
Yeah.
And he's going to be a pain.
Whew.
he's
I
gonna be
remember.
a
I
pain.
remember in 2000, in January 2000. What was it? December 2011 or January 2012? Against Norfolk State, when Chris Wally going against ODU and Taylor Heineke destroyed us. I expect nothing different here. All right, so that's all for the NFL. Did you see that fight that almost turned into Malice at the Palace 2.0?
That I have no say on that. I have no opinion on that. I'm not gonna lie. I really don't.
I think LeBron James got his first suspension.
Yeah, but I got what was that? For real, what was that? Like,
Well, I understand why he was mad, especially if you look for an apology, he swipe your face and you bust the dude open. Is it hard to not say, "Hey, dog, I didn't mean to do that"? And so
I don't
don't
know.
know.
MJF's about to attack him. Well, no, never mind. I thought he was. Never mind. I thought MJF was going to come up behind him and blindside him, but he didn't. By the way, Friendsgiving is coming up, and with between Shivani and Britt Baker, Adam Cole tweeted, "This has to be a joke." He was not happy.
Oh no.
Which I imagine when that goes down, Adam Cole's going to interrupt it,
Oh yeah.
and it's going to be really funny.
All
Anyway,
right, so
let's get some college football.
yeah. Actually, I have this to post.
So, the rankings are
Look at
in.
that. Yes, I'm about to post the rankings in a second once I find my window. I thought I had it open. I do have it open. So where is it at my windows?
Anyway, the rankings came out on Tuesday, and they're about right. Put it that way. You see some teams finally get in there that deserve their respect, which was nice. You know, it's always nice to see teams that work hard get their respect.
Oh, definitely.
Here
we go.
So, what do we got here? All right, let's look at this. So, Arkansas was 21 last week. They lost to Alabama by a touchdown, which we're going to get to when we get to the top four. Houston has Cincinnati in the championship game coming up, but that's 2 weeks from now. Here, since you have the rankings up there, I'm going to go ahead and read the schedules for the top teams in the top 25. Ole Miss is at 9 right now. They have unranked Mississippi State coming up in the rivalry game. It's rival week, right? It's rival week right now.
Rivalry week.
Yeah.
Rivalry week. Lord have mercy, that was struggling for me too.
That's worse than toy boat. No, it is.
I agree.
But yeah, it's rival week because like I said, Ole Miss and Mississippi State. I think that's called the Egg Bowl, if my memory serves me correctly. But that's going down. That's on Thursday. That's tomorrow. Then Cincinnati, Boise State, San Diego State at 21, who's 10-1. They play Boise State. Nebraska, Iowa at 16 plays Nebraska. Cincinnati at 4 plays East Carolina. We're going to get to Cincinnati in a second. Arkansas plays Missouri. 25th, Arkansas plays Missouri. Utah, coming off a big win over Oregon, play Colorado, and there Utah's 19th. North Carolina plays NC State. NC State is 20, which they kind of flew under the radar the whole season. I'm not going to lie. They really did. Apparently this is called good old-fashioned hate, which I think is probably one of the best names for a rivalry game. At Georgia Tech, Georgia's number 1. Georgia Tech is 3-8. They're going to put that game on national television. Then you have Ohio State, Michigan, which is a top 5 matchup, which is really important. We're going to get to why in a second. That's Ohio State is 2, Michigan is 5. Texas Baylor at 8 plays Texas Tech. Wake Forest at 18 plays Boston College. Houston 24 plays UConn. Alabama plays unranked. Alabama at 3 plays unranked Auburn, which may have major implications. And then also in the top 10, Oklahoma and Oklahoma State play in Bedlam. Oklahoma's 10 and Oklahoma State is 7. So those are all the. Oh, and Notre Dame is 6, and they play Stanford. But I hope Notre Dame stays out of it because the last few times they've been in a hang on. Eddie Kingston is speaking. Sorry. And here comes 2.0.
Of course.
Here comes 2.0.
Eddie Kingston just can't get away. I like what I see so far.
Yes.
Even if Cincinnati gets knocked out and gets blown out in the playoff, it should be good to see somebody different in the playoff. So I'm definitely pleased with what I'm seeing right now. I'm tired of seeing the same 4 teams, same 3 teams always in it. We've seen a bunch of Alabama, a bunch of Ohio State. I think Georgia was in it last year, or the year before that. One of those years. So only thing I see right now is this is the I called this the Suwu Bowl. The Suwu playoffs is what I called it. No, I called it the Pyru playoffs.
The Pyru playoffs. Yeah.
Because all these teams are red.
Ah.
So this is the Pyru playoffs.
I mean, you're right. That's you're right. So here's an interesting thing. Here's the thing, right? So Cincinnati is 4. Cincinnati's 4. The thing about Cincinnati being 4 that's so important is the first time that a team outside of the Power 5, out of the Power 5 conferences, has gotten into the playoff. You know, UCF would have and should have gotten in there, for being completely honest. Like, bro, they should have gotten in there.
That was around the time when the Twins were there, right?
Yes, Shaquille and Shaquem Griffin were tearing it up on defense. I think Shaquille was a corner, right?
Shaquille was a corner, and I think Shaquem
was a linebacker. Although he played DN too. He played DN or linebacker. He played DN.
Yeah, because I remember he started off as a defensive back as well, but then they moved him to linebacker to kind of accommodate for the hand situation.
Yeah, but his lack of speed coming around that edge, though, that was something else. But the thing about that was with UCF, it was like they went undefeated the whole season. They didn't lose a game the whole season. In fact, so much so, their last game that they completed undefeated season against, you know who was against?
Who?
Auburn. You know what ranking? And USCF finished that season ranked 12th. You know what ranking Auburn was when they played them?
What's that?
7th. You know what the score they beat them by? I think it was like a touchdown. It was like 34-41, something like that. Or 31. They beat them. The point is they beat them.
Right.
UCF, a group of 5 team, beat Auburn, an SEC team. Of course, you know, the same thing happened last year or the next year when they played LSU and it didn't work out. Mind you, they faced Joe Burrow and LSU and it didn't work out for UCF that year.
Oh, no.
But that's not the point. Point is, they finished the season undefeated. Bama went on to win the national championship that year with 1 loss after losing to Auburn. Now, the qualifications, I did some digging, and I had to look up what are the qualifications to get into the playoff. So after looking it up, as soon as I find it, but I looked it up. How exactly do you get into the playoff for that? And they said one of the things was you had to win your conference. That was one of the things. You had to win your conference. And then it says the criteria is said to be used on strength of schedule, head-to-head results, comparison of results against common opponent, championships won, and other things. The championships won is important because, like I said, that includes what? Your conference. Then, of course, strength of schedule. Who are you playing that's weak? Who playing that's strong, so to speak? Head-to-head, if you play somebody else in there, like Ohio State, Michigan are about to do, because they're about to play Michigan's 5, Ohio State's 2, meaning Michigan's right outside the door. So however that goes, one of those teams is going to have 2 losses and potentially be out of the playoff entirely. You know what I mean? So the thing about that is what makes that so interesting is I looked at Alabama's schedule, and I'm going to pick on Alabama kind of because Alabama, they just look shady. You know what I mean? It always looks shady when they get in there, and they somehow manage to work their way in, because that year when they played in the national championship game against Georgia, the problem with that was Alabama didn't win their conference. Georgia did. Georgia won the SEC that year. Alabama only got in there. Actually, I can't even tell you how they got in there. They got in there at 4. Oh, no, they didn't. Hang on. Let me make sure I get this right, because I don't want to sound like I'm rambling, even though it does sound like I'm rambling already. But the thing about this was that no, that was the year Clemson beat them. So it may have been in 2018. Let me see. So yeah, so that final year. Yeah, UCF. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, see, UCF was 12, and then UCF was 12. Well, they ended the season at 7. That year, Bama won. Bama won the thing at undefeated, and then Bama won the thing undefeated, and then the top 4 ended up being Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Clemson, Alabama. But that was the year UCF did go undefeated. They finished the season 12-1, 12-0. So it must have been the year before. There was a year where Alabama shouldn't have been in. Alabama should not have. They should not have been in there, and it was completely unfair. Like, it didn't seem right, because what didn't make sense is what didn't make sense to me anyway was the fact that how could you not win your conference but still get in? That didn't make sense. But Cincinnati is on his way to do it. Cincinnati is on his way to win their conference. They're in the AAC, and they got Houston in the championship game, just like Georgia has Alabama in the SEC championship game. And that is next week. Championship week is next week. And whoever wins those will definitely cement their place in the college football playoff. Really pull it for the underdog here in Cincinnati. I really want the Bearcats to do good, because if they do that, that will definitely open the door for underdog teams in the future. Because you can't have, eventually you keep having the same teams, do that, it's going to get weird. Anyway, so another thing we had a verdict came in. The verdict for the Ahmaud Arbery case came in. The Travis McMichael, Greg McMichael, and William Bryan were all found guilty, to the surprise of absolutely nobody. Let me read it. Let me make sure I get this right. Again, for those who don't know, on February 23rd, 2020. Ahmaud Arbery was jogging. He was 25 years old. He was jogging when he was shot by Travis McMichael. He was, like I said, he was out for a jog. 2 trucks were coming in. The truck that McMichaels were in, and the truck William Bryan was in. And Bryan was the one filming while he was driving the truck, which, if you think about it now, looks kind of stupid. That was probably not the best idea because he literally filmed himself and caught himself and the McMichaels in 4K. So, not much sense to that now, is it?
No.
Especially if you're trying to get away with a crime.
I do want to say that there were some people that were surprised by it.
If you were surprised by this, you were caught in a very, very strong genjutsu, and you need to stop.
Yeah, Officer Tatum.
You need to stop. See, there was 2.
And the crazy thing is, it's a handful of them that were. Like, I was telling my mom that this is one of the very few cases where I felt like you had people on all sides kind of agreeing that, yeah, these people are guilty.
Here's the thing. If you saw this, even if they didn't have the footage, even though the footage helped.
The footage definitely helped.
Helped. But Homeboy got on the stand himself and basically told on himself.
Yeah.
Basically said, oh, no, he wasn't a threat. He was not. He did not shoot first. I shot first. Like, why did you have the gun? Oh, well, because when you have a gun, it's gonna de-stress the situation.
Yeah, I've never heard of a gun de-stress.
He got on that stand.
Anything.
He got on that stand, made absolutely 0 sense, and ended up snitching on himself.
And the thing is, people were...
He was snitching so hard, he needed to get his own stitches. That's how bad he was snitching.
So I understand the whole premise of this citizen's arrest.
Yes.
So basically, you have to catch the suspect in the act of whatever felonious crime you see them committing.
Which they did not do.
It has to be a felony.
You have to catch the person in 4K. Which they didn't
And they, in court, said that they didn't see him committing any crimes. They saw him running and suspected, which you cannot just suspect. You have to have legitimate probable cause, meaning that, again, caught in 4K. Hence why this was, they went the wrong all the way through.
Later, there was another...
Travis, I want to say it was Travis's son. He was found guilty on all 9 charges.
Yep.
George was found guilty on 8 of the 9. Greg, my fault. Doesn't matter, they're in jail.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Bryan, I guess his name is found guilty on 6.
Yes. But the point is, on 3 for 3 of the 4 felony murder charges for William Bryan, he was found guilty of.
Right.
Whereas the
which
other
still brings up life.
Which is still a lot. 3 counts of felony murder.
Yeah, that's still life.
Yeah, they're not getting. I was gonna say anytime soon. They're not getting out ever.
No,
literally life.
Especially George.
Greg.
I don't care.
I know you don't care. I'm just saying. Wait, did they really?
His name might as well be Mud. Mud McMichael and Mud McMichael Jr. and Mud.
What just happened?
They're signing a contract for, I guess, the joint FTW.
What?
Did he just leave Leo?
What? Whatever. Them dudes guilty. Yeah. That didn't make any sense, but them dudes guilty. Like, for real, that made no sense. But I trust Tony Khan that he's got a plan for that.
We'll see.
I believe in him.
I trust no man.
I don't. Well, I know. I owe man nothing but to love them. So
that's true.
So unless you're, I was gonna say unless you're racist, but I mean,
I mean, I still love you. I just don't.
You gotta
like
love your enemies and pray for those who spitefully use you. Is that that's how?
I gotta love you, but I ain't gotta like you.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that was it's.
Anything else going on?
I'm hoping Cincinnati can really make a run. If Cincinnati gets in, since right now Cincinnati would have to play Georgia, and Georgia is like nobody's beating Georgia.
No.
Here's my prediction. Right? I promised a prediction. Here it is. I think Alabama is not going to be in the playoff by the time the bowls are locked in. I believe because I've been watching some of their games. Here's some of the game. Here are the last few games. Their scores have not been put this way. They're not as overwhelming as they have been in previous years. You know, granted, they're still Alabama, but they're not overwhelmingly Alabama.
Yeah.
You know, like last year, they overwhelmed Ohio State and made Justin Fields look amateur.
Agreed.
You know, so that's not them this year. Listen to this. They lost to Florida. Their close game. Listen to their schedule. Miami. They beat Miami 4-4 to 13. By the way, who is Miami right now? Nothing. Like, right? Would you agree?
Yeah.
Then they played Mercer University, beat them 48-14. Then they played Florida. They only beat Florida by 2. 29-31. And that came down to the last minute because Florida couldn't score a 2-point conversion because he sucked. They played Southern Miss. They played Ole Miss, who at the time was ranked 12th. And they beat them 42-21. They lost to Texas A&M, unranked Texas A&M on the road, 41-38. Then they were number 5. They beat unranked Mississippi State 49-9. They beat unranked Tennessee 52-24. They beat LSU 20-14. Unranked LSU 20-14. They beat New Mexico State 59-3, and they beat ranked 21 ranked at the time Arkansas 42-35. What did you notice about some of those teams, other than the fact that they were unranked? What did you notice about some of those teams?
They were being close.
That, but what else? What else?
Were they SEC teams?
Some of them were, yes. LSU, Tennessee, and Mississippi State. But you know who weren't SEC teams?
Who?
Southern Miss, Mercer, New Mexico State.
I had never heard of Mercer until today.
My point is, they played New Mexico State. They played New Mexico State last week before they played Arkansas. You know, and then they only beat Arkansas by 7. When I thought they were going to get blown out because they blow out Alabama blows out Arkansas every year.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like those games are too close. Everybody they're playing, it's. You can't. This schedule is kind of weak. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I didn't expect them to be the Alabama that we saw last year, especially when you think about the fact that Mac Jones is gone.
Mac Jones,
Devontae Smith, and
but Bryce Young is still there. Bryce Young is good. Apparently, he's a Heisman hopeful. The running back they have, he's a hopeful. You know what I mean?
But they have a running back here.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you think about look at all the running backs that are in the league that have been in the league for the last few years. You got T.J. Yeldon,
Derrick Henry, Mark Ingram,
Kamara went to Alabama for a hot minute.
Najee Harris,
Naj.
My point is like I think Auburn is going to give them the fight of their lives. And I also don't think, even if they do survive Auburn, which they probably will, I don't think in the SEC championship game, if they lose to Georgia in the SEC championship game, there's no reason they should be in the playoff.
No.
None. Because at that time, they'll probably still be 3. Cincinnati's probably going to win their game because Cincinnati plays East Carolina and then Cincinnati plays East Carolina, and then right after East Carolina they play Houston in the playoff. They play Houston. So there's no reason why Cincinnati should lose another game. You know?
Yeah.
Now, granted, Houston will probably give them a fight. But if Cincinnati can win out, I don't see a reason why they shouldn't be in the playoff, especially if they're 4 right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
I don't
if they
see why
could beat
should
Houston by a good margin, then
Yes.
definitely.
Yes, they can beat Houston by a good margin, and if they can win with Styles points against East Carolina, and if they can win by a decent margin, that's like 2 touchdowns at least.
I just want to see my man as Kobe Bryant in the college football playoff. That's all.
Exactly. Like if you can see those guys like winning by that margin, then they're not going to have any problems. But I guarantee you, I stand by it. If Bama, I don't see Georgia losing. It's really hard. Their defense is too good.
Yeah.
You know, their offense is kind of suspect, but Georgia's not losing. You're going to have to figure out that defense, which nobody has. They're
probably the team I'm looking at to win the entire playoff.
Exactly. And it will be a long time coming for Georgia too, because remember the last time they got in the playoff.
Nobody's feeling the Bulldog bite this year.
Yeah, safety. Yeah, a safety forgot how to be a safety. Let Devontae Smith run right past him.
Yeah. And it's been that happens. It'd be a really great sports year for Georgia. Just for the state of Georgia, especially with the Braves winning. The Falcons, you could forget about that. But
Georgia's been the only team Georgia didn't dominate this year was Clemson. They only won 10-3. It was a very defensive game. Everybody else, listen to this: 56-7, 40-13, 62-0, 37-0, 34-10. 30-13, 34-7, 43-6, 41-17, 56-7.
So nobody scored more than 20 points.
Nobody.
That's defense.
The only team that scored the most on them was South Carolina with 13 points.
No, I thought I heard a 17 in there.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tennessee, 17. 17 points.
That's impressive, especially when you think about how football has become an offensive game over the last 5-10 years.
Seriously.
That's very impressive.
Seriously. That's consistency.
Yeah.
So, like I said, your defense is good, but then it's also saying, hey, your offense is capable, more than capable of putting in some work.
Yeah.
Which, again, as I said, nobody's had an answer for it. Nobody. And they're playing people. The only 2 odd teams they have here that's not SEC are UAB, Clemson, and Charleston Southern. That's 3 teams. Everybody else has been in the SEC. Compared to, let me read Bama's thing again. Compared to Bama, who had what? They had New Mexico State, Mercer, Southern Miss, Mercer, and New Mexico State. Okay, so it's 3. Well, Miami too. So, non-conference teams. So, take that. Do with that information what you will. I'm just saying. I don't see Alabama in the playoff at the end of the year. I don't see it.
No. But anything else from you?
Really looking forward to tomorrow. I'm
Everybody
scared.
enjoy their macaroni and cheese. Make sure you season it well.
Yes. Oh my gosh, season your food, please.
Or don't. I don't care. I'm not eating it.
Right. But yeah.
But I hope everybody I hope you enjoyed the
have a safe holiday, everybody, for real.
Oh yeah, definitely. Don't do anything stupid out there.
Yeah.
Drink plenty of water, by the way.
Yeah.
Always drink water. I'm gonna try to go to sleep because I know I'm gonna have to wake up first thing in the morning and I think we'll go to the gym. think we'll go. Well, I need to see what's on Small Life Clothes tomorrow.
I know my nerves are going to be bad because it's the first Thanksgiving with myself and my new lady friend, so that's going to be fun. She's going to meet my family for the first time, which I know you met my family, so you know how it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be the first time.
It's my first Thanksgiving without my pop, so it's going to be quite the adjustment.
Well,
okay, so they close at 2.
Well, here's the easy adjustments.
Oh yeah. Plus his birthday is gonna be on Tuesday.
Ooh, here. You need me to come by because I can if you need me to, brother.
I think I'll be all right. I'll probably be I stay moving around. That's part of why I do it. So I think we'll go to the gym first thing in the morning and then come back home because I got to make some rolls. You know what? I think I'm gonna do the rolls before I go to the gym. That way they'll be nice and they'll go through their first rosin stage before I come back home. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get on out of here. Peace, love, pop, Star Wars. Remember, drink water.
Yeah.
We out.
Peace.